All right, so now moving on to level 3. So you should have flipped your paper over. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and flip your paper over and we're going to be working on level 3, problem number 3. So again, you have triangles. You have the same steps with parallelograms and rectangles. You just have more sides, but you're still just setting up a proportion. So you're still just picking two sides from each shape. Sorry. So number 3 says triangle LMN is similar to triangle PQR, find length QR. So they want us to find the length of QR. Okay. So QR is right here, so we don't know what QR is. Okay, so you have to figure out which side corresponds with QR from your smaller triangle, which is triangle LMN. Okay. So looking at that triangle, looking at these two triangles, which side corresponds with side QR from triangle LMN? Yes, so if you said side MN, you're correct. So remember, when you're looking at triangles like this or shapes, you have to think about the orientation they're in. Are they facing the same direction? Are they in the same position? So here, triangle LMN is facing the opposite direction than triangle PQR. So MN would correspond with QR. So you would set up your proportion. Okay, so we're looking for QR. Okay. So I don't know that side. So you can either use QR or you can use X. I'm just going to use QR since that's the one we're looking for. Or like I said, you can use X. Either one. They both work. Okay. And then we said that MN corresponds with QR, so that's going to be 34. So I can write 34 under the QR or next to it. So either way, they both work, right? Then I have to pick another side to go with side QR. So this one's easy because all the sides are numbered on both shapes. When you don't have all the sides numbered on both shapes, you need to pay attention to what sides are numbered on both shapes, because you need to make sure that whatever number you're choosing or what side length you're choosing to use is also numbered. The corresponding side is also numbered on the other shape. So here we can pick, so QR, let's say we pick 57. Or let's pick 45. I think 45 would be an easier number to work with. So we're going to pick 45, and 45 is going to go with QR. So I'm going to put it next to it because it's related to it. So it has to be either next to it or under it or on top of it. Either one. It has to be connected in some way. So here, if you notice, QR is next to 45, but it's over 34. And then on this proportion here, 45 is under the X, which is the same thing as QR, and 34 is next to it. So it has to be in some order like that. Okay, so then let me change the color that I used for that so we can kind of color coordinate. So 45. So if we used 45, from that shape, we have to pick the number that corresponds with 45 from the smaller shape. So that would be the other straight side, which would be ML, and that's 30. So then I'm going to put 30 either next to or under 45, and then I can go ahead and solve my proportion. And remember, when we're solving proportions, so for level 1, you're simply just setting up proportions. sorry, not level 1, but level 2, you're just setting up proportions. For level 3, you're setting up the proportion and then solving. Okay, so for this step, you're actually going to solve them. So do you remember when we set up proportions, we had to do our cross multiply and divide? So remember, you always multiply the two numbers that are across first. Okay, so those are the two numbers you're going to multiply together, and you would multiply this other two numbers, or the variable and the number. So let's go ahead and solve. So QR and 30, so that would be, this is why it's easier to use X, because you would have 30X equals, and then 45 times 34. And then here would be the same thing, 30X equals 45 times 34. Okay, so then you would go ahead and multiply 45 times 34. Hopefully you're able to see this green on the board. Let me change it to a darker green. Okay, so 45 times 34. So 4 times 5, 20, correct. 4 times 4, 16 plus 2, 18. Put your placeholder, cross off your 4. We no longer need our 4. 3 times 5, that's correct, 15. Put your 5, carry your 1. 3 times 4, and then you have to add that 1, so it is 13, correct. 0, 8 plus 5 is 13, carry your 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 3 is 5. Put your 1. So it is 1,530. So you have 30x equals 1,530. So 30x equals 1,530. So are you done? No. That means you have to divide by 30 because you want that variable by itself. So x equals, you divide by 30. No, sorry. We divide by 30. And what you do to one side, you do to the other. I'm going to erase this part here since we're done with it. And so you have x equals. Okay, so you're going to divide 1,530 by 30. So can 30 go into 15? No. Can 30 go into 150? Yes. How many times? 5 times is correct. 5 times 30? 150. You're going to subtract. You have a remainder of 3. Bring down your 0, and 30 goes into 30. 1 time is correct. So x equals 51. What does that mean? That means that the side measure of QR, that means QR equals 51. Okay? So that's how you would solve those two. It's easier if you color code them. So if you have like two different colored pencils, or if you have markers in your backpack, take those out and use them on your paper so that you can color code them. Okay. So you're going to go ahead and complete the rest of level 2. So that's 5 more questions because it only has 6 questions. And then you're going to complete the rest of level 3, which is also 5 more questions. So you have a total of 10 questions to complete on your own. This is independent practice. You will have the expectations posted on the board. Okay. But just in case, you need to know what those expectations are beforehand. Your expectations are to be on a level 0. Raise your hand if you need help. You are going to complete levels 2 and 3 on the worksheet, like I said, and you're going to remain in your seat, and it is independent practice. The goal is to be successful. It is due at the end of class. So make sure you turn it in to the sub before you leave. All right? Have a good day.